Hello everyone. Today we are going to do Form 1 Second Midterm Business Studies. The topic is Types and Factors of Production. Types and Factors of Production. Types of production. There are three types of production. The first one is primary sector. This is the first stage in any production process. The primary sector means that this is the first stage in any production process. It is concerned with obtaining or extracting natural resources from the earth. Right? So, such as minerals, fuel, raw materials or food. Okay, these natural resources usually need some processing or manufacturing to convert them into the usable form. Right? That is the primary sector. Then I say this is the first stage in any production process. It is concerned with obtaining or extracting natural resources from the earth, such as minerals, fuel, raw materials or food. These natural resources usually need some processing or manufacturing to convert them into usable form. Those are the primary sector. As example, we can say farming, forestry, fishing, mining. Those are the example for the primary sector. Right? So we can go to the secondary sector. This is the secondary sector. This is the second stage, changes the raw materials into finished goods. Right? This is the second stage, changes the raw materials into finished goods. Natural resources from a primary producer and their form is changed using labor, machinery and technology. Right? In the secondary sector, this is the second stage, changes the raw materials into finished good. Right? Natural resources from a primary producer and their form is changed using a labor, machinery and technology. Right? So that is the secondary sector. Now you all can get an idea about primary sector and the secondary sector. Secondary sector of the economy manufactures goods for the customers. Right? The secondary sector of the economy manufactures goods for the customers. Right? So we can go to the tertiary sector. That is very important for us. The tertiary sector of the country is the service industry. That is a service industry. This sector provides the services to the general population and to business also. Right? The tertiary sector of the economy is the service industry. Keep in mind, that is the service industry. This sector provides services to the general population and to business. That is tertiary sectors. Now you all got an idea about the primary sector, secondary sector and the tertiary sector. Those are the types of production. There are three types of production. Right? What are those? There are three types of production. The first one, primary sector, then second, secondary sector, and the third, tertiary sector. Right? Now you all can go to the primary sector. This is the primary sector. This is the first stage of production. I told you, this is the first stage of production where raw materials and natural resources are extracted. Okay, so you can see mining, farming, right? Like that, forestry and fishing. Those are the primary sector. Okay, then we can go to the secondary sector. Right? This is the second stage, changes the raw materials into finished goods. Right? This is the second stage, changes the raw materials into finished goods. That is, we can call manufacturing industries. Right? We can call manufacturing industries. So we can see here cars, right? Manufacturing the cars, and we can see toys. Here we can see some toys, and we can see foods. Right? Those are manufacturing. Okay. Then tertiary sector. This is involves the production of services rather than goods. Right? This is involves the production of services rather than goods. We can say education, healthcare, banking and transport. Right? Those are the tertiary sectors. Types of production. Types of production. In the types of production, there are 3 types. Earlier I teach you all. The first one, primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Right? Primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Right? So I told you, primary sector obtain raw materials from nature. Here you can see that this is the primary sector. Here you can see this is the primary sector. Primary sector obtain raw material from nature. Right? Example, agriculture, forestry, fishing and mining. Those are the examples for the primary sector. Here the secondary sector. I can see the secondary sector. The secondary sector transform raw materials into manufactured materials. Right? Transform raw materials into manufactured materials. That is the secondary sector. Right? Now you can identify what is primary sector and the secondary sector. Next we can go to the tertiary sector. Tertiary sector, selling and buying products and services. Right? Selling and buying products and services. Right? Okay. Then example, teachers, doctors, lawyers. Right? Those are the tertiary sector. Then you can go through these types of production. There are 3 types of production: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Right? So I told you in the primary sector obtain raw material from nature. Then secondary sector, they are doing transform raw materials into manufactured materials. After that, tertiary sector, selling and buying products and services. Right? Those are the types of production. Factors of production. Factors of production. Right? Economists divide the factors of production into 4 categories. Right? Economists divide the factors of production into 4 categories. Right? Then factors of production means factor inputs. You can call for that factor inputs. Right? Factors of production are the inputs available to supply goods and services in an economy. Right? So I say factors of production means factor inputs. Right? So factors of production are the inputs available to supply goods and services in an economy. Right? So you all can go to the factors. The factors of production are resources. That are the building blocks of the economy. They are what people use to produce goods and services. Right? That's why I said here economists divide the factors of production into 4 categories. Right? So we can see the first one, land. Right? This is the first category, land. Natural resources available for production. Yes, right? Natural resources available for production. Okay, that is the first factor of the production. Right? Then we can go to the second one. Second one is the most important one, labor. Right? That is labor. The human input into the production process. Right? The human input into the production process. That is the labor. Okay? That is labor. The next one we can see capital. Right? Goods used in the supply of other products. Right? Goods used in the supply of other products. This is capital. The next one, entrepreneur. Right? Entrepreneurship. That entrepreneurs organize factors of productions and takes risk. Entrepreneurs. Right? So what they have to do, they organize the factors of productions and taking the risk. Right? So these are the factors of production. These are the factors of production. There are 4 factors. I said there are 4 factors. Land. I said land is a natural resources available for production. Then after that I said labor, the human input into the production process. The next one, capital, goods used in the supply or other products. Okay. Then after that, entrepreneurship, that is organize factors of production and take risk. Those are the factors of productions. Okay. Here children, I add a picture for you all. You all can see the factors of these. Factors. Look at this. Right? That's a man driving a tractor. Right? The man is driving a tractor. See, the land. Right? Land is here. The first factor. Right? The next one, labor. The labor is the driver of the tractor. Right? Next, capital. Right? So we have to invest. Right? Entrepreneurship. That is the production. Right? Then we can see 4 factors in this picture. By looking at this picture, we can identify the factors of the production. That's why I add this picture for you all. Okay. This is very important. Here we can see 4 factors. Land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. Right. Here also like that. Factors of production. Right. By looking at these pictures, you can identify what are the factors. Okay. The first one, you can see the first one. Go through the first one. This is the land. Right. That is the first factor. Second, labor. Right. Then third, capital and entrepreneur. Right. Those are the factors of production. What are those? Those are the factors of production. Land. I said natural resources available for production. Land is very important. Right. So the next one is labor. Right. The human input into the production process. Okay. Then after that I said capital. Capital, goods used in the supply of other products. Right. So next one, entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurs organize the factors of productions and take risk. Right. Those are the 4 main factors in the production. Keep in your mind the first one, land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Those are the factors of productions. Okay. Again, land, labor, yes, capital and the entrepreneur. Those are the factors of production. Land. Land. The raw materials that come from the land. The raw materials that come from the land. Right? You all can see trees, sand, water, minerals, gas, coal. Right? Those are raw materials that come from land. So I want to tell this also. Land is the original and primary factor of production. Right? That is a primary factor of production. Without land, the production process cannot exceed further. Right? Without land, the production process cannot exceed. Right? In economics, all the natural resources that are available. Right? In economics, all the natural resources that are available. Think about on the surface of the earth. Right? On the surface of the earth, like soil, agricultural land, like that, we can see. Right? Below the surface of the earth, what we can see? Mineral. Right? Minerals, resources, rocks, ground, water, etc. Above the surface of the earth, like climate, rain, space monitoring, like that. So, and which are used in production process is called land. Okay. Land is the original and primary factor of the production. Without land, the production process cannot exceed further. Right? In economics, all the natural resources that are available. Right? That are available. Then I want to tell about this also. Land resources are the raw materials in the production process. Right? Land resources are the raw materials in the production process. So you all can go through this screen. Right? The raw materials that come from land. What are the raw materials? I type it here: trees, sand, water, right? Minerals, gas, like that. So the land is the first factor of the production. Right? Labor. Labor is a human factor of production. Labor is a human factor of production. In economics, labor is defined as economic activity of man with head and hand. Right? In economics, labor is defined as economic activity of man with head and hand. Okay? Labor is a human factor of any kind, manual or mental, skilled or unskilled, right? Scientific or artistic, undertaken with the view of creating or adding utility, right? So second factor is a labor, mental or physical work done for income, right? Then we can say the total of human, mental and physical skills used at work. Right? So labor is the effort that people contribute to the production of goods and services. Understood? Labor is the effort that people contribute to the production of goods and services. Okay? Right? Then second factor is labor. Right? Labor is a human factor of production. Right? Here we can go to the third factor, capital. It said the man-made factor of production is known as capital, right? So capital is a man-made resources of production, right? So capital is a man-made resources of production used to produce further wealth, right? So it refers to the stock of capital assets such as factories, machines, tools and equipments, raw materials, transport, vehicles, etc. So therefore capital is defined as a produced means of production. That is, produced means of productions. Right? So the man-made factor of production is known as capital. Right? The man-made factor of production is known as capital. This includes machinery, vehicles and finance. Finance means you all know money. Right? So you all can identify the third factor of the production, capital. Right? Capital is a man-made resources of production used to produce further wealth. Right? So keep in your mind, third factor is the capital. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the factor of production that ties the other three together. Entrepreneurship is the factor of production that ties the other three together. Other three means the other three factors, land, labor and capital. Right? Land, labor and capital ties the two, three together. Okay, that is entrepreneurship. Right? Keep in your mind, entrepreneur is a person who brings land, labor and capital in one place. Okay? Entrepreneur is a person who brings in land, labor and capital in one place and uses it for the production process. Right? So, he is the person who decides what to produce, how to produce, where to produce. Right? How, what, where. The person who takes this decision along with the risks associated with them is known as an entrepreneur. Okay, so entrepreneurship is very valuable for the business, right? He is the person who decides what to produce, how to produce and where to produce. So entrepreneur is the factor of production that ties the other three together. Okay, then an entrepreneur is a person who combines the other factors of production, land, labor and capital to earn profit, right? Then you can go through this book. In the page number 13, they said the most successful entrepreneurs are innovators who find new ways to produce goods and services, okay, or who develop new goods and services to bring to the market. That is the enterprise and the entrepreneurship. Okay. Children, now we came to the end of the lesson, right? From this lesson, we discussed about types of production, right? There are 3 types of productions: primary sector, secondary sector, and the tertiary sector. After that, we discussed what are the factors of productions, right? Land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Each and every topic we discussed, I explained to you all. Please, you have to go through your book, right? So page numbers, I tell you the page numbers 11 to 13 you have to refer in your business studies textbook, right? Please refer the book and you can write the answers on page number 14. There are questions in page number 14. You can go through the page questions and you can complete the answers also. Thank you very much, children.